Friday, March 3rd, 1989. You're in a mood. A particular mood. You peruse the titles when something catches your attention. A torn picture of two beautiful bombshells with big blown-out hair. A menacing figure standing in a spotlight in the lower right-hand corner. The tagline teases your senses. Perfect hair, perfect faces, perfect bodies. Everything points to an erotic thriller. The genre that will satiate the particular mood you find yourself in. But is it? Or are you, too, like the women on the cover, one of its perfect victims? Welcome to B-Side Video Rentals. I'm Jeremy Briggs.
And I'm Jenny Wenger.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
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 Heavy one.
I'm just excited to talk about a lighthearted romp, a fun adventure.
Thrilling performances.
Whoa.
And you know, like it does help that you can't find it anywhere.
It was difficult. We found it for a 3-week special on YouTube for sure.
Mm-hmm, and they very quickly got reported. So I'm like, what is up with this film? Found out watching it.
Well, we're gonna have some fun. But first, I think we got some news to talk about.
Oh, yes.
March 3rd, 1989. And these are your not-so-current events.
Well, that is so cool. The Senate voted... It's cool. The Senate voted 94-0 to confirm Edward J. Derwinski tonight as the first Secretary of Veteran Affairs. He's said to be perfect for the job after sleeping with a dozen veteran wives.
Yeah, he's field tested. Wife approved. A man who said he swallowed 7 grams of cocaine to avoid arrest died Wednesday of an overdose 2 hours later. I've swallowed 7 grams crackers, so I get it.
Yeah, you need milk for those. Gotta have milk.
Gotta have milk.
And it's good for your bones, too.
Yeah, well,
that's what I heard.
We'll get into that milk a little bit later. Brian De Palma is to direct the film version of Tom Wolfe's best-selling novel, The Bonfire of the Vanities, for Warner Brothers, which pisses me off because I just finished a screenplay called The Bonfire of the Vanity Mirrors.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mine's called The Trash Can Fire of the Vanities. Daryl Strawberry stayed away from the Mets training camp today and was promptly fined for violating his contract. He later said that he'd return Saturday and would give the Mets 2 dynamite years, completely blowing up their chances at the playoffs.
Dynamite!
The armed forces are experiencing a shortage of Roman Catholic chaplains that appear to be more severe than the shortage of Catholic priests in civilian life. But what's worse than our shortage of Roman Catholic chaplains? Our shortage of Charlie chaplains.
I'm Charlie. Who?
I appreciate you letting me say that one.
Gary Busey, an outspoken opponent of motorcycle helmet laws, says his near-fatal crash didn't change his mind. He said on Wednesday that if he had been wearing a helmet when he crashed, he could be a vegetable, like a radish or a broccoli, and that's grody, dude.
Hey, I'm vegan.
A Napa County judge today halted a weekend concert that would feature racist rock and roll music by neo-Nazi bands and is being called an Aryan Woodstock. Its slogan was peace, love, and just kidding, racism!
The United States Golf Association expressed its regret yesterday that the PGA Tour had banned all makes of irons with square grooves. But I'm with the PGA. If you've ever seen a square groove, you know we need to ban those nerds from dancing.
Stupid squares.
The drought that laid siege to grain crops last summer also set off alarms about the
Virulent. I don't know either.
Help!
It's a news article.
These are big words. The virulent poison aflatoxin.
Yeah.
God, you bitch. Which flourished on corn weakened by dry weather and has caused liver cancer in laboratory animals. My solution: stop feeding them poison corn.
Stop it!
This is definitely poison. Give it to the monkey and see what happens.
That monkey will eat it, stupid monkey. Eat the poison.
He eats anything we give him.
An American flag draped on the gallery floor at the School of the Art Institute has ignited protests by veteran groups and raised questions about the freedom of expression, making us drastically second-guess our upcoming line of patriotic jock straps.
Yes, that was going to be available on our website.
The stars were on the balls.
Yeah, of course.
Where they should be. Navy radars detected a metal object falling into the ocean 86 miles from Honolulu about 45 seconds after a hole was torn into the side of a United Airlines.
No, stop, please.
What?
Please. I get PTSD when torn holes are mentioned. I was popular. The Bush administration expects to notify Congress next week that it will go ahead with the $1.2 billion venture with Japan to make an advanced version of the F-16 fighter for the Japanese military. When we asked the Japanese officials for a statement, we were left baffled and confused because we forgot to hire a translator.
I was baffled. I didn't understand a damn word.
Yeah, missed all of that. Hospital experts in pediatric care said today that children's health in the U.S. is in jeopardy, saying our social and political negligence is creating generations of medically homeless children for whom we'll all pay a very high price in the years to come. But what they failed to mention is just how cool Happy Meal toys are.
Yeah, they're hamburgers, but also robots. They're hambots.
That's fun.
I mean, come kids deserve it.
Most of them.
Yeah. Navy, Coast Guard, and commercial salvage vessels battled 12 to 15-foot seas today to free a grounded tanker that spilled 117,000 gallons of oil that are threatening the beaches of what is that one?
Isn't it Oahu?
Oh, yes! I can't read English. If only they fed the sailors spinach and told them it was olive oil.
Oh my God, I love Popeye.
The Weekly Mail, a leading anti-apartheid newspaper, said that many Soweto residents suspect Jerry Richardson, who calls himself the coach of the Mandela United soccer team, may be a police agent. Mr. Richardson denied the allegation, saying, "It's just a mustache.
Coaches can mustache too.
We can mustache too."
In an attempt to slow the pace of drug-related killings in the state's capital, the city council has voted to bar teenagers from gathering on street corners late at night, stating the drug-fueled sacrificial mutilations of infants in the name of Satan need to go back to their basements where they belong.
Where they belong.
There's a place for them.
Yeah, which is why I need a basement. And finally, there will be a new moon out tonight. So good news, no werewolves in sight. But there will be a buttload of hippies out manifesting their intentions. So keep an eye out for that one. And that was your not-so-current events.
I'm one of those hippies.
Are you manifesting, girl?
I'm manifesting that I can learn how to read.
Me too, girl. Ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
Yeah.
Let's Let's talk about how this film feels like it should be an erotic thriller, but is definitely not an erotic thriller.
No. Like, when I looked at the cover, I was like, hot ladies, yeah. Like, I thought I was in for, like, more like Worshipping of Barbara Crampton and Kathleen Kinmont.
Right.
And then I get in, I'm like, oh.
I do think that tagline is great. Perfect hair, perfect faces, perfect bodies.
Like, who doesn't want to watch that?
Yeah, you've got me. And even like in the movie itself, you've got the way it was filmed, the music in it, the crossfade edits, all like scream 80s, 90s erotic thriller. But
yeah,
boy, howdy, it's a serial killer movie.
Yeah, and they added really weird elements that just made it like even more unsettling, like that she was a mom and her baby is with her.
Yeah, I mean, to me, like I don't even know what to call it because it's not even a horror movie.
No.
It's like it's a non-erotic serial killer crime drama. That's where I'm putting it.
Yeah.
Not at all erotic.
Not erotic. Hopefully.
If you found this feature erotic.
I know a few frat boys who are like, what did he do wrong?
Like, there are definitely boobies in the film, but they're the boobies are boobies in peril, and
yes,
it's hard to enjoy boobies when said boobies are paralyzed in peril.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Oh, you're so right. It's and this is the whole thing. Like, we kind of discussed how the first time I saw boobies was in sleepaway camp. So it's like this. Oh no, there are horrible things happening, but boobies are really pretty. But even in this, like, the horrible thing happening isn't campy.
No.
So when the camp element is taken out, it's just upsetting.
Yeah. The opening. What'd you think of that opening shot? We got that classic, standard POV of the killer following a lady.
Yeah, which that I dig. I love that POV stuff. I love that kind of stalker
and they had
stuff.
They had that really good like cross-cut shot where like the killer's in this truck smoking and he's like watching her in the mirror. It's like going back and you see her.
And the music is good too.
Yeah.
And same guy who directed this, he does music. Like, he's an award-winning
Levy, yeah,
he's an award-winning musician. And what was the cartoon that he did that he's known for?
This guy, it's not a cartoon, girl. It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That's it. I was like, it's some kids thing.
Yeah, 5 years after this thing.
People let kids go around him.
Yeah. After this fun little mood piece, he did Power Rangers.
Which is so weird.
He did a go-go rapey movie. Okay. So this woman that he's stalking at the beginning, what I love is a guy that she knows pulls up and is like, hey,
saves
girl,
her life.
Are you going to the party? Why aren't you at the party?
My car broke down.
Right. And then he's like, hop in. It's dangerous for a girl out there. And she says, am I safer with you? And he goes, probably not. It's the 80s frat dude guy. She's not safer.
Not safe.
I mean, maybe a little bit safer, but she's definitely a changed woman in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Not as many long-term effects. No, I was just sitting here like, I don't want to give away why it would be worse with our guy. It's not like he kills women.
Well,
but he gives them a death sentence.
He does.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh,
we'll go into that. Because at the end, I was like, wait, is he just a really bad killer? And then I was like, oh, no, he's fine. He's fine. His numbers are fine.
Yeah. He's definitely killing people. Something that I really enjoyed was reading other people's reviews.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you read some of them?
Oh, my gosh.
1 out of 10 stars. Demented trash. Sick film about an AIDS-infected psychopath raping and infecting innocent women. What is the point of this film? It is not entertaining or terrifying. It's just terribly demented. Some passable acting, but the storyline is mentally disturbing. bring a barf bag with you if you decide to watch this toilet bowl waste of filmmaking. My favorite part, though, is she's like demented trash.
Well, wasn't that your nickname in college?
Yeah, I had so many.
Look, it is an uncomfortable film. And I will agree in that sense of just, it's effective.
Yeah.
It's very effective because it makes you feel, it does make you feel that way.
And the lead guy, I was so confused because he kept letting a Southern accent slip out. And as a Southerner, I always can spot, like, for the most part, a fake Southern accent. And it always irritates me and takes me out. But I was like, this guy's got to be Southern. And, like, maybe he's trying to hide it when it's not as thick and heavy.
Right,
but
because sometimes when you're in it, it, like, you just start slipping and it comes out.
Yeah, totally. But then I researched, and he's from Jersey. And he's, like, an award-winning playwright. Like, he's, like, Mr. Artist. So, like, that was a choice he made. I'm actually very impressed with that.
Because you were like, there's layers upon layers, stacks on stacks.
So many layers. I was proud of him for that only thing. I mean, when you get offered, like, you're an actor.
That only thing.
Yeah, like, you're an actor.
He's in some big things, but very bit parts. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the officer who arrested somebody or this. Yeah. This cop. He plays a lot of cops. But what I think is interesting is, as an actor, you get offered, get an audition, and it's with, like, somebody who you think, oh, they're going places. What's my role? You study it, you audition, you only get a small piece of what you're going to be doing.
You don't really know anything other than those 3 or 4 pages.
They're like, you booked it. He's so excited. They send him the full script, and he's sitting there like, I'm going to have to make some really outside the box choices.
I'm going to really have to be bold on this one.
And he really did. Like, I really think he did. Like, that's what I'll say is, like, there were things where I was like, why is he smiling right now? So he just made these little weird choices that I think made it interesting.
So we kind of, after our little opening montage thing there, going through the city, we have, we go to a modeling agency, and we meet Carrie and Melissa, our two, what we think at this moment are our main people. Carrie is played by Jackie Swanson, who was on 24 episodes of Cheers, and she did this film a year before this film. She was Amanda Hunsaker in Lethal Weapon.
Oh, wow.
And then Melissa is played by Nicolette Scorsese, no relation.
No relation.
And you may know her as Mary, the lingerie saleswoman in Christmas Vacation.
Holy
that Clark
cow.
Griswold flirts with. Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Just keeps getting perved on.
Yeah. She can't help it. Pretty ladies can't help it.
They can't help it.
Yeah. You get perved on.
That's what
in
happens.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
In Hollyweird.
You chose to come here.
Yeah. It's your fault. I'm sorry for saying that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have a wife and I have daughters.
Oh, God. No. Anyways, they go to meet their brand new agent, Liz Winters, modeling agent extraordinaire.
And it's incredible because she's like a top agent, and they're like, oh, we don't have any material. She's like, that's great. You're signed.
I talked to Jimmy from, she's like, you were a referral with him. He's in good with me.
Yeah.
You're booked for tomorrow morning.
Yep. We're doing some shoots with you guys.
We're doing shoots right first thing in the morning. And
yeah, because that's what moving to
fantastic.
LA and trying to be a model is like.
It was so just like, you're here. Welcome. Your first job's in the morning.
Your dreams came true.
And then we cut, and she makes this reference of like, have you guys found a place to live? Oh yeah, we did. We just found a place. We're moving in this morning. Cut to the movers moving their stuff into the apartment.
Yeah.
And immediately, like, there's this weird relationship with these two movers.
Yeah, like
so
one of them
weird.
is so mad over the other one having a boner.
So because he's like digging through they're like modeling photos and stuff.
Yeah.
And he says like the best line. Oh, wow, my tongue is so hot I can barely speak, man. Like, what?
It's like, what? That's not how that works.
My tongue does what my wiener should. Boop, boop, boop. Ladies don't like it. It's weird.
Yeah, and then the guy's like overly pissed about it.
He's so offended, and he like grabs him and like throws him up. Like, like, oh my god.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, it wasn't a great joke, but like, why are you? Yeah.
And I like that they've worked together.
Yes.
Yeah, they've worked together, and like that guy acts like it's like shocking. It's like, oh, today's the day.
Yeah. It's like, no, this guy is. Immediately, you're like, okay, this is our killer.
Yeah, he's psychotic.
There's like no doubt about it in our minds. Okay, this guy's our killer.
Yeah. And then he takes the photo.
The guy gets on like the exercise bike. He's like, he's like, go get the rest of the stuff. He's like, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So when he goes to get the rest of the stuff, he goes out snooping into the house. He steals a photo, opens the refrigerator, and grabs the milk and like smiles. He grabs a jug of a gallon of milk. No, it's a gallon of milk.
Oh,
it's
it was
like
okay. For some reason, I thought it looked like it was like her breast milk.
No, it's like a jug of milk. And he like smiles, and immediately, I don't know about you, but my instinct was like, oh, he's gonna stick his dick in it. That's what I thought. It's like, don't drink the dick milk.
Oh my god, that's so funny because Genevieve's not with us today, listening in to text me things. But when I was dating someone who was kind of a doofus and was always
they put their dick in the milk.
I told her, I said, I don't know what he does all day. Like, I think he just sits around dipping his dick in milk. I just feel like that's what he does.
He got that milk dick. He's just got that milk dick, you know?
So I can't, you're the only other person I've ever heard talk about dick dipping in milk besides me.
Girl, we're a mess.
We are. And we will be the last. They're coming to get us.
And then, so he does that little smile thing. Then we cut to a Japanese sushi restaurant. And of course, being the 80s, you know, we got to have that mild racism and joke about how terrible sushi is. Those freaks eat sushi. Yeah. And we meet Liz Winter's modeling agent extraordinaire's boyfriend.
Love interest,
film producer. Yes. He's a film producer who's like practically begging her to get married.
Yeah, total
Who's
nerd.
also the father from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's dad.
He wants her to move in with him so bad.
I don't know if you clocked this when the host brings them in. Obviously, they're friends. He when he's like, "Oh, can I get you anything?" He puts his hand on his shoulder, and it's so sensual.
Intimate.
Like the way it's so intimate, and just like it was so uncomfortable. It's like, you know, when you just put your hand on your buddy, there's nothing. It was not that. It was soft and like the way it was placed.
We know why he got cast in that role. He said, listen, we're in the scene with a waiter. Can you just give it to my friend?
It was just such a weird choice that I couldn't stop watching. Like, watching his little caress of this guy's shoulder.
Yeah. Very intentional.
And then, of course, it's like, they're like, ask what they want. You guys want sushi? And it's like, oh, why ruin a perfectly raw piece of fish? It's a sushi joke.
Yeah.
And then she like goes to eat it and goes, no, I can't. It's still moving. Oh.
Like you live in LA and this is your first experience with sushi. You're a top modeling agency.
Yeah. And then we cut back to our girls and
our models.
For the first time, yes, our models.
Raising babies. Raising a baby together.
We're introduced to, there's a baby involved.
Yeah.
First mentioned, nothing ever. Thank goodness the landlord was willing to babysit.
Right. Like we're here alone and we have no baby, but
all of a sudden baby appears. And I don't know what it looked like to you, but to me, it looked like they were keeping the baby in like the bottom dresser drawer.
Yeah.
Like they just opened the bottom drawer and put the baby
Here's the
in.
baby.
It was a bad angle, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it did. It did look like that. And I was like, they have no business with this baby. But like in the 80s, it's like, what did you do? if you weren't good at being a mom and you had a baby, it's like
you put them in the dresser.
it's not like any of us had a mom who really knew what was happening.
I talked to my mom, like, wait, my nieces and nephews are like doing things, and she was like concerned about like, oh, they climbed up a little bit on this thing, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I was 50 feet up in a tree, and you didn't.
When did you learn to give a shit?
You didn't care, and she's like, it was a different time.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
we
answer.
used to drive with you guys just sitting on our feet in the car. It didn't matter. It was a different time.
Yeah. When you know better, you do better.
Then they put the little baby to sleep. And this part I found, look, if it wasn't for all the terrible things that happened in this film, this would be my most disturbing scene in any normal movie. How much goddamn milk they drink in this scene.
Yeah, it's just disgusting.
They've got the full jug of, like, the two of them are sitting on the floor, a jug of milk between them, 2 pint glasses, and they're just chugging it. You want some more? And they're like refilling these giant pint glasses and just downing it.
Well, it was disgusting the way that we all viewed milk in the 80s. Like, drinking it all the time. It was disgusting. I can't even imagine a world where we go back to doing that.
It's like, it's not falling out of trees or just riding your bike without a helmet. It's how much damn milk we drank.
Yeah.
We did.
And now we're all lactose intolerant.
Stop. Now we're going to get a bunch of handwritten protest letters.
Excuse me, I'm a dairy farmer.
The American Association of Milk Drinkers. That's a real thing. It's not. I don't think so.
So my next note is some grandpa and his dog don't make a career out of it.
Oh, out of pooping? Don't make a career out of pooping? The dog?
Yeah. That's what he tells his dog.
Because he, like, our killer is laying in wait, and he brings his dog out.
And they see each other.
And he, like, does this. He puts, like, his collar up.
Oh, don't look at me.
I'm not doing anything suspicious.
This is normal behavior.
Yeah.
And he's watching through the windows, and again, the great POV that I love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That Michael Myers shit.
Yeah. And then it turns out it's not dick milk. He drugged the milk. He didn't stick his wiener in it.
He put them to sleep.
Which, it makes more sense. For what he's going to do.
Right.
It makes more logical sense.
The movie would have been funnier if he would have just been dipping his dick in it. Boop, drink that, bitch. No, I'm drugging you. I put that into my next screen. And then he just goes in through the back.
Yeah, well, as they're passing out.
Because
smashes
they've been
through
drugged.
The door, cuts his hand. Very important detail.
Yes.
And he cuts his hand. Blood gets everywhere.
Yep. And then crimes happen.
Crimes happen, which this part, I mean, it's kind of... It's interesting, the approach, because, like, I obviously don't need to get into too much detail.
Right.
Because it's pretty intense. But, like, he does this weird thing that took me forever to figure out what was happening, is he takes this, like, rubber tube, and he starts blowing stuff up their noses, which what he's doing, we come to find out, is he's blowing cocaine into their nose to cover the tracks of...
poisoning them or whatever.
Poisoning them. So they just automatically think, they were coked out, But then, like, sure, that's your plan to overdose them or whatever. But then you're going to rape them. Which kind of... And
tell them, your kid's an orphan.
Oh, God. Because the baby cries, your kid's an orphan.
Yeah.
That's that whole... I've seen plenty of filmed rape scenes in my day, but this one was on the more painful side to watch.
Yeah, it was really graphic, but not graphic.
Yeah, it was just it was very uncomfortable.
Realistic.
Yeah, too
realistic. So.
Yeah, where it just. You did feel dirty, and which was why I'm not going to refute what that woman said. Or could be man, could have been man.
Demented trash.
Demented trash. But like
The thrusts were very gross.
The whole thing about it was...
Yeah, it was just super gross. And the other girl, like, trying her best to...
Right.
Like, somehow she's, like, not as dosed out as the other one. It didn't, like, work as well on her. The other one had the most of the milk.
She drank way too much milk. Carrie, she's the one that... She gets the raw end of the stick throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Is it because she's a blonde?
Is it because she's a mother?
Good question. Good question. Maybe this is a misogynistic film.
Maybe.
So, morning after, we see Liz Winters, modeling agent extraordinaire, heading to her boyfriend's, Steven's house. And it's this giant house. And we are introduced to his dogs, his rambunctious dogs who run up. And she's like
kind of disturbed, though. She doesn't like the dogs. And she's also like, I don't know why they didn't show up for that shoot.
Oh, yes. She does inform us that these girls didn't show up. Can you believe it? I give them the
you try to help somebody.
Yeah. But then these dogs come out and she's like, get these dogs away from me. She's so... Get them away. They're not. Don't get me wrong. They're lovely creatures.
Lock them
up.
You
should keep them locked up. Exactly.
Yeah. Get them out of here.
Can I please point out? I don't know if you remember Steve's white ensemble that he was wearing. It's like baggy, rich guy douchebag.
Yeah.
Like I want to own it and wear it to the mall. Like
it was good.
That was top notch wardrobe choicing.
Yeah. It was good. It was not, in this movie, it wouldn't be even in the top 10 of sleaziest things, but any other film.
His outfit would be sleazy?
That guy looks like a sleaze ball.
Oh, man. Now we cut back to the girls. Well, to their place. Not to them, but to their place. And the landlord hears the baby. The next scene is basically where we meet the detective, but the girls are brought to the hospital and we find out they are not dead.
Yes, not dead.
Lieutenant White.
Now, the detective was in a cool dude tracksuit.
Why was he in a tracksuit?
Yeah, and I wrote that his combo with the lab is so unhinged. And then it's love to your family after being super nice and then having a weird cursing outburst.
When he talks to his partner or whatever? Or
the lab.
Okay, so...
The lab.
So before he even talks to the lab, before he even talks to them, he's talking to the receptionist at the hospital. It's a word. Yeah. He talks to her, and the way he gets her attention is, "I'm white," and she looks up at him. He's like, "Yeah, that usually gets people's attention because he is like a
black man."
Black man.
He is a character and a half.
And so he has that small conversation with her and then he like walks off. And this receptionist just like checks his butt out and is like, ooh.
Yeah. So it's like, what kind of movie is it? I keep getting so confused about what movie I'm watching.
He talks to Detective Reynolds on the phone. They're looking at the crime scene. And I don't know why he's such a dick to Detective Reynolds. He's such a dick to him.
So rude. And then love to your family.
He's like, well, there's a baby here. And he's like, oh, well, do you want me to bring the baby in? I don't know. And he's like, yeah, because you've got diapers in the desk drawer. What are you going to do? Breastfeed it, you moron? And he's like, what? Like, the guy's seriously asking, what do we do with this baby?
Just leave it here?
And then after he yells at him, he goes, I'll see you back at the office. The Office? Not the station like every other procedural film movie.
He has to be edgy.
The Office?
He's my favorite character.
And so after all this, we get Liz Winters, modeling agent extraordinaire.
Yes.
Is informed of what happened. And what does she do? She runs to the hospital. She rushes to the hospital to help them.
For these models she just met.
She just met. Girl, I want an agent like that.
Me too. I'm like, this is not real.
My agent would be like, oh.
How are we going to replace him?
That sucks. Have a list. And that would be the end of the conversation. Yep. Oh, I liked him or her.
Okay. can you get these submissions out by 3? Yeah, they don't care.
Which just is like, she is a great agent.
Yeah.
And so then she is, when she's at the hospital, the news shows up and she's interviewed. She's like, she cares this much that she's like, I'm going to blast this out.
We're getting to the
news
bottom
stations.
of this.
We're getting to the bottom of this because these are my girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before she even gets to the news, we cut to what I want to do as our today's on-set speculation. Why is it that when we cut to certain characters in dozens and dozens of movies, are they watching cartoons? Why is that the go-to? Is it licensing? What?
Oh my God, that's a good point.
We're always watching cartoons.
Yeah.
Now, what does it say for my character
these?
now?
Yeah.
What does it say about my character? He's watching Looney Tunes or some licensable cartoon, and he's just sitting there watching
this cartoon when I was a kid and getting bullied. What?
And then, so he changes the channel, and that's when he sees her.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, this is great.
What was happening in this scene? His choices.
All over the map. He's drinking
all
a beer.
Over the map.
Ha! It's so great. They're going to talk about me.
Did he have access to this footage?
Yeah.
Because, my favorite line in this whole thing, he's like, you just don't get it. Somebody's gonna die. They gotta die. We're gonna kill. I gotta kill him. You're like, we need to stop this maniac before he kills someone. You don't get it. They gotta die. Is Shuki just raise it, amp it up, go higher?
Yeah, we need.
Or was that his lowest take?
Oh my God, I can't even imagine what takes didn't work. So then she says something bad about him, and he gets so pissed that he throws his beer and breaks his own fucking TV.
I love that is that's another cliche in film.
Why would you do that? That's the thing that always makes me the most
You
mad.
don't get to watch your cartoons anymore.
You take it away, you Bugs Bunny.
Come on, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more upset about him breaking his TV. And that it's just why would you do that? Not, why did you rape those women? It's that was uncalled for.
You went out of your way to make you relatable by watching the same cartoons I would.
Yeah.
And then you do something like that?
So unhinged.
I related to you.
You almost had me looking at your arc.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more to this guy.
These couple of things I don't really approve of.
And being the actor in that scene,
yeah.
Can you imagine if you got your sides and that was your day and you're like,
I'm watching cartoons.
Okay, great. I'm this kind of guy. And then I'm that kind of guy. And then I'm this kind of guy.
I like that in this hypothetical, he got the sides for the day. He didn't get the entire script to read before. So
yeah. It's a super
surprised
independent film.
He gets the sides every day and he's like, what kind of character am I playing here? Wait a minute, I'm a rapist? I didn't sign on.
I wasn't ready for this. I did the audition where I took up for the ladies.
I need to talk with my agent.
My audition was mad at the guy for the boner. And then after this is this where they find out that he has a...
This is where they were like... And it's this big reveal of he's got AIDS.
Yeah.
We need to check this lady to make sure she didn't contract AIDS, so give her the tests. I think that this was a wonderful choice for the script and the screenwriting. I think, I don't really want to call it horror, but this is where you shove things in people's face that makes them uncomfortable. And this was something that made people
very
really
uncomfortable.
And especially at that time, everybody was like, this is a gay thing. This only happens to gay people. We're fine. And then, he's like, no, it doesn't only happen to gay people. It's a real thing that can affect anyone.
A lady gave it to me and now I hate ladies.
Yeah. And so I think from today's perspective, it really falls flat.
Yeah.
That whole reveal and all that. And I don't know how, it was hard to find information on this film.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know the response of like how people did feel about it.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know, because like when I was a kid in the 80s, like my mom was like, don't use phone booths anymore.
Don't sit on public toilets.
Like she was like, if you're going to use the phone and you put your quarters in and it comes out the bottom, just use a new quarter. Don't go in there. Because she said people were putting the needles in the change thing. So when you got pricked, you would get AIDS. And I was like, oh, like we were walking around horrified of contracting AIDS.
I was so sheltered. I definitely didn't even know about it.
Really?
I was extremely
sheltered.
Oh my
God.
It wasn't something that was fed
terrified.
to me.
Oh, when I would go to McDonald's to get in the ball pit, my mom be like, we got to check the ball pit for needles. Like everywhere you went, like your Halloween candy.
At least she said for needles. You got to check the ball pit for gay people. Mom, gay people aren't just at the bottom of ball pits licking you to give you AIDS. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's just convinced. It's like, no, people who get AIDS are going to try to give it to everyone.
To everybody.
It's like,
I'm mad.
What?
But that's the thing. This film did not support the stereotype that it was gay, but they do support the stereotype that
they're just trying to spread it.
You're going down with me.
I got to spread the love. I got to share it with everyone. Once you get it, you got to share it.
Yeah, I got to share this feeling of anxiety and looming death.
Knowing that, death is just around the corner. Everyone should feel that death is around the corner. Yeah.
But now, okay, so like, for example, this is horrible, and I'm not going to say names, but I had a friend who, it was one of his mutual friends came to a dinner party I was at, and she told us that she had just ran in a marathon for AIDS. And we were like, oh my gosh, that's so great. And she used his name and said, yeah, on the final lap, I just saw his face and it pushed me to go further, because if he can carry what he's carrying, I can do this for him. And then we're also there like, we've all known him for a while and none of us knew that he had AIDS. And you just told us he has AIDS. Like, why would you do that? That's not yours to say.
I thought that was common knowledge. They shared that in confidence. Oh, God.
Yeah, and this was like in the early 2000s. So like now it's like, I know several people who have HIV now and it's undetectable and they just take their medicine and it's totally fine. But I think when we were like college age, people still just, if it happened, they didn't feel comfortable telling people.
Right.
Da 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 da.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm interested in, is how people felt at the time, because that's what horror should do. Is it should make you feel uncomfortable. It should push things in your face that you don't want to see. That's
fear around it.
Exactly. And so like I applaud it for trying.
Tackling
I'm not sure it was entirely successful, but I appreciate the effort.
Totally. He's got another victim on the beach.
Well, yeah, right? I want to talk about how this goes down.
Yeah.
Because he goes to a bar on the prowl, and first of all, good God, I'm so pissed off about this whole thing, because he's at the bar and he orders, he's like, "Wait, what's that girl drinking? Oh, she's drinking a Mai Tai. Yeah, go, I'll buy her a drink." Now, her drink is delivered by the waitress. What the hell's going on with this waitress? How does he slip drugs into that drink?
Yeah.
He slips drugs into her drink. If you're a waitress,
you protect the drink.
That drink. You're like that's 101.
Yeah, you protect the drink.
So that part, it totally pissed me off. He was able to, and not only that, but he places the order for her and then assaults her.
Yeah.
You did that in public. You just risked your anonymity. This was a real, this is a real dumb.
Very stupid. And you're already they're on the news looking for you.
Right.
But, he doesn't know that Grandpa saw him.
But that doesn't come till later. He does know that there was a guy, but he thinks that he got away with the grandpa seeing him in the first one. But I just like that whole first one, that whole sneaking the drugs in the Mai Tai with the waitress. She's now culpable.
Yeah.
She's involved. She is a part of this conspiracy.
I cocktail for many, many years, and it went from the drink station boom to the hands.
There's no excuse why you're even remotely trying to convince me that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
No.
Anyways,
that
part just made me so grumpy. I was like, there's no way it was delivered by the waitress.
I'm going to get pissed about one thing in this film.
Yeah. This one thing irks me.
Waitress etiquette. Yeah.
And then we go, because we're trying to figure out, before we skip that, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he does rape her on the beach, and it's her going, and then it cuts to a screaming pig. It's like how disrespectful to this woman.
Yeah. So
there were some little choices like that.
In that case, you might be able to throw in that the film would be misogynistic and not just its killer.
Yeah, totally.
Because that was a definite choice you made. Unless you're trying to say that that's the psyche of our killer. Because he does later in the film, he does call her a pig, and she's an animal, and like he does as a character refer to them in that way.
Yeah, his insults are very weird. So the pig we see is at a vet clinic. They're talking with a vet, and then she says that she accidentally injected herself.
Yes. She knows how the drugs works because I accidentally did it. And we actually get to see them tranquilize a monkey.
Yeah. Which is upsetting.
I don't know how I felt about that.
Yeah, it was so weird.
It's like, I know you probably just filmed an operation that you had to do, and it was just footage that you had to get. So you like bought footage, but like, it just was like,
oh, she was an upsetting lady. I had so many questions for her. Like, how do you accidentally inject yourself? Oh, come here. Oh, you don't. Oh, no.
And then after this, this whole thing, we get back to the killer and his coworker. His coworker reappears. And this is after they got off their job. And for some reason, this moving company has a locker room where they take showers.
Yeah. So weird.
Well, you did a day of moving. Good job, guys. Go hit the showers.
Yeah. So weird. Yeah, and he goes through his locker because he's looking for a lighter for his cigarette, right? Is that what it is? Something
like that. And then he finds the photo.
Yeah.
And then he's caught. He is caught. But he says a wonderful line in here. This coworker, I wish he was in the film more because he had zingers.
Yeah, he was good.
He said a line where he was like, "You got to come to this party with me. It's like a donkey barbecue. There's a piece of ass for everybody." What? Like, what a character. Like, the things he says are just bananas.
So bananas. But he played it off really good. You know how when people,
I thought it was great.
Yeah, when people are acting like they're acting in movies, it's always just like, Jesus Christ. But he really did it. He
delivered those lines like a real obnoxious guy who just is like, "Hey, I'm witty."
Mm-hmm. I love button. Yeah, he's disgusting.
So they're all alone, and our killer did catch him, but he doesn't do anything because, as it turns out, he has other plans.
Yes.
This idiot killer tries to attack Liz Winter's modeling agent extraordinaire.
This is a mistake.
The nerve of this guy. I have to, and he makes it. She gets home, and he's hiding in the closet, and he's watching good POV shots. There's a wonderful shot in here where she gives herself a bath. I don't know if it's a bubble bath, but we don't get anything, so it's probably a bubble bath.
Yeah.
And there's a wonderful shot where she climbs in the tub, and the faucet it's like behind the whole tub, and there's the faucet, and it like frames her face. The faucet is framing her face, and then it racks focus to the faucet, and it's slowly dripping.
Yeah, it's
and this
beautiful.
is after building tension with like, we know he's there. We're wasting time. She's in the tub, completely exposed, just ready to be murdered.
And is it she thinks it's her boyfriend
at first? Always,
Yeah.
you always think
Always.
it's your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Here's a noise. Stephen, is that you?
Yeah. And she gets out.
Immediately gets out of the tub. If it's your boyfriend, are you going to get out of the tub?
Hell no.
Hell no.
No, I just got in here.
I feel good.
See you in an hour at least.
I got this whole section set up.
Calgon, take me away.
And so she gets out of it immediately, and the killer decides, now's my move. And there's a weird, interesting bit of ADR. I don't know if you caught it. He like goes to grab her throat, and he says, I am a sick animal, and you're a dead lady.
Yes.
And it's so flatly delivered. I'm a sick
like
animal,
in
and
a
you're a dead lady.
microphone.
Yeah, it's so, there's no emotion in it. It's just this dead, I'm a sick animal, and you're a dead lady.
Whoa.
Which kind of, I mean, if it wasn't so obviously ADR, it would be more chilling.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Of course. Liz Winters, girl don't go down like that.
No, she ain't.
No. Groin shots. I love the groin shots. And then tasers him immediately.
Yeah.
Groin shot to taser. Like,
go girl.
I don't remember where she had her taser, but it was like, nope, groin shot, taser. You're out.
Gotcha.
It's traditionally called a nut tap and a zap, I believe.
We find out now that Grandpa might save the day.
Yes.
He comes forward. Don't know if this helps, but I saw this. It was a little strange.
And of course, Stephen, the boyfriend, does show up, and killer vanishes like they do. Our killer's not done with his night.
Oh, he goes to his friend, huh?
Yeah, so his friend, his co-worker, yeah, definitely not a friend.
Yeah. His
co-worker, he like exits a cab, making out with a blonde. They're just heavy betting. Yeah. And we assume that he picked her up at the donkey barbecue. But then he totally like implies she's a hooker. He's like, how much is this going to charge? How much do you
what's
charge?
Your hourly rate?
Which, like, I'm completely brought out of the story because I was told prostitutes don't kiss.
Yeah, and it was all make
that's
out.
what they've always told me.
Just
every time they
lips.
said, no, we're not kissing. And I'm like, girl.
You're like, it's my graduation.
And then she does like the most bizarre thing that you can't help but be drawn out of it. She pulls out whiskey and they're making out and she starts drinking and then she starts pouring it on top of him.
That's just wasting whiskey.
He's like, ooh, kinky. What? No, that's not a kinky thing.
No.
You don't just put
here's my fetish.
Yeah, we're going to put like Bacardi, whatever.
Yeah.
51, whatever. I don't know.
My fetish is I'm a wasteful bitch.
But you immediately go, oh, well, he's going to be lit on fire.
Yeah.
Because she poured whiskey on him. And you're like, okay, well, why? And then she goes, I got to go poop or something. I don't know what she said.
Yeah, whatever.
But
she's got to go.
In the pooper is the killer. And he's like, thanks. I'll give you $50 or whatever.
Yeah. Here's your money.
And you're like, no, she's going to die too.
Yeah.
And then he lights her on fire. And lights his coworker on fire.
Yeah.
And that silly little woman is like, huh? I didn't expect this to happen.
It's like, just get the fuck out.
She was so taken aback about the situation. It's like,
I thought you just wanted me to pour liquor all over him.
What about this setup makes you think it's above
It's going to be a
board?
nice thing.
I just want to like play a little prank on my buddy.
Yeah.
We're going to pour whiskey on him and I'll lick it off. He's going to think it's hilarious.
It's so good. Yeah, it's so fucked up.
No, so he murders his coworker and the, I guess, prostitute?
Yeah.
Now, Liz Winters, modeling agent extraordinaire, brings them to Stevens.
Yeah. With everything that is going on, who is your boyfriend that says these two rape victim and an attempted rape victim and you an attempted rape, possible murder victim?
Yeah. The
You guys
three of you.
just stay here alone. I got to go do some work stuff.
Look, I got a big deal that I gotta close. I gotta close this deal.
Break up with this loser.
He's got a nice place.
Yeah.
And what I love is just like they go there and immediately what is like her demand? Put them in the garage so the killer has easy access. And
Yeah.
I feel like it really hurts the Liz Winters character. I think it hurts her character because she hates dogs.
Yeah. Yuck.
Why does she? And you don't give me a reason. You
Yeah.
just get.
I
and
was
think
attacked
that's-
as a child.
Just do something. Do a little bit of legwork to tell me there's a reason that she has trauma with dogs. Not just, I just don't
I'm
like
a
dogs.
bitch.
I just don't like them.
Why would you go anywhere alone and then you're in the elevator with the weirdest guy ever? The agent leaves them.
Yeah. She does. She goes to the store because
She
they
goes
need
to the
cheese
store.
or something. She goes to the store. We don't have any cheese. I'm just saying cheese, but might as
but
well have
like,
been.
what is wrong with you right now?
They needed to give me a better, like, guys, we're all out of tampons, and all three of us.
There's just no explanation.
I just like lemonade and vodka together, but we don't have lemonade. We just have vodka.
It's worth it. I need to just go to the store.
I just need to go. Leave you two alone.
It'll
Go
just
to the
be
store.
a minute.
Wait a minute. One of them is passing out because she took the doctor prescribed her drugs, but not the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one passes out on the couch. And of course, in the parking lot of the garage, Liz Winters.
Yeah, and he just calls
is
her a
taken.
bitch in a very strange cadence. It's like, bitch! But, yeah, bitch!
I wish he like went, bitch!
Yeah,
Bitch!
it was the weirdest thing. So weird that I had to make a note. Like, why did he use that cadence? Yeah, he hit it really southern.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He was like, you know what, this moment here,
Bitch.
I have to show that Southerners are all rapists.
Psychos.
And I have to really I have to really hit it home. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, good job.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody appreciates that.
And then he calls her dog meat. Possibly more foreshadowing.
Possibly. So he takes her back, and Steven, of course, tries to get a hold of her, can't get a hold of her. He's on his bad ass car phone.
Yeah, and so his truck, though, this is where the turquoise is. Because they said that
this is
the
where it says
truck
turquoise.
is turquoise. And I wrote, it's actually more baby blue. Like, if we're going
I've been
there.
staring at it this whole time, and it's a baby blue.
Yeah, and the other thing that I put that's in the notes is they are not aware of their surroundings at all. She's not. The two girls at home are not. Like, can you imagine going through what they've gone through and then just being like, I'm going to make some tea.
Being okay, yeah. Yeah, you went through probably the worst trauma, one of the worst traumas you could go through.
Yeah.
And it's not going to affect you on a level to where just paranoia engulfs you.
No heightened sentences. No heightened senses.
You're just like, you know what would be real good right now? A peppermint tea.
Yeah, and then someone said, I'm sorry, it's so stupid that they don't want to be alone. It's stupid that you don't have someone there, actually.
Who said it was stupid they don't want to be alone?
I think it was...
Oh, God, I wish I
the brunette
wrote that
girl.
down.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them says, I'm sorry, it's so stupid because they don't want to be alone. It's stupid that you don't have someone there. It's stupid to separate. And then she gets in the shower and she has the whitest butt I have ever seen in my entire life. That is such a white butt.
Hey, girl, there ain't nothing wrong with a white butt.
Yeah, but it was like electrifying the night. It was glowing. Now, that was the first time I realized why we call it mooning somebody. Because that shit was shining bright. So he kidnaps her. He goes back.
And he goes through his stupid ritual. Why are you going through your ritual? that ritual that he had worked for him for so long because it covered his tracks. It was, these party girls who overdosed, did all these things. He's still blowing blow up their noses. Why is he doing a tranquil? Why is he forcing them to drink tranquil? These women have gone through the process. You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
The police are already going to be like, no,
they
this
already
is the
have
same
their
guy.
reports.
He's trying to finish this thing.
Yeah.
There's no need to make them go through the ritual.
The thing is he has OCD.
Probably.
And he has to go through the steps.
It's just sloppy.
It is. He's kind of thrown it all away at this point. I mean...
Exactly, which is where I lose respect for him.
Yeah. You've already put your friend on fire, killed a prostitute, left your DNA at the scene.
But right here, you just wasted time, and I can't respect that. And of course, once again, his process is interrupted by a crying baby. So what's his big plan? To try to convince the police that the baby's a cokehead. He's like, I'm going to go give cocaine to the baby.
What? That was
Why did she?
And for me, did he cut the phone lines? Why did no one call the police? Ever?
Well, they couldn't have. No, I don't think they did, because didn't the phone ring and they couldn't answer it because he was there?
Yes, but before that, they didn't notify the police where they were. Hey, we're going to be staying at this girl's place. Just in case something happens, can you check on us?
Because they thought it was so sneaky that nobody could follow up on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so idiotic. Goes back to them acting like nothing happened, just making tea, and it's like a sleepover, and the boyfriend can leave, and it's let the police know. That is your saving grace.
Not only are we not gonna let the police know, we're going to go to this producer's house who is up in Malibu or something, in this remote,
run errands like idiots.
As he decides, let's go, I'm gonna coke the baby out.
Yeah.
He starts walking off to leave these three women alone.
Yeah. Alone.
Granted, they're on tranquilizers.
They
want the tranquilizers right now, so they don't have a lot. But Liz, girl is unstoppable.
Yeah. She's a superhero.
She's the superhero. She is our hero of this story. She runs, grabs the garage door opener. Boop. He tries to stop her, but
who let the dog?
Oh, do we have to pay for that?
Oh, I mean, generically, who let those dogs out?
Yeah. Hypothetically, who's the cat that did that? And these dogs do not play.
No,
they're straight
serious.
for the throat. They go straight for the throat.
We get the dog meat payoff.
Yep.
But foreshadowing.
They don't do the job. But because Steven was on his stuff and he's like, hey, they're at my place, blah, blah, blah. Cops show up. This guy runs out of the place and...
Perfect shot.
But not only a perfect shot, he's running away on Steven's personal tennis court.
Yeah.
And what's Lieutenant White?
Yeah.
Lieutenant White, he doesn't get a lot of these one-liners.
No.
But he shoots him. Our guy falls dead on top of the net. And it goes to him. And what does he say? Double fault, motherfucker.
He's so cool.
He's so cool.
He's so freaking cool. And he went on to do a lot of stuff.
And then at the end of the film, we go through this guy's personal Polaroids of his victims. And we see how prolific
there were a lot
of a killer, rapist he was. And we find out, what's her name? Is it Chrissy?
Hold on. I just got to show you my cat. Look how cute she is.
Hello, kitty. This is the part we find out that Carrie does not have AIDS.
Right. She's
not
clear. Testing. They're going to test her.
They're going to continuously test her because they don't really know. And then there's this there's this weird exposition. This guy's explaining everything. And it's just well, we don't really know a lot about this stuff. There's a lot of problems and here and there. And he's just explaining AIDS to us through the lens of 1989. And it's like weird. It kind of makes you go, oh, is this an AIDS awareness thing? What was the what was the goal?
Yeah, which
of this film?
Yeah, it goes back to what you were kind of talking about, that it was like it could have actually been cool for them to kind of touch on the stereotypes of this. And that is something that was going on in that time, is we were always talking about how we don't really know what's going on with this.
Right.
Because my mom's like, it could be spit, it could be blood.
Right. And that's what's always like scary about these things. And of course, we dealt with things for years, the last several years, of just everybody's
COVID,
paranoia of just, we don't understand any of this.
No, yeah.
It was interesting to have that like tail end of this doctor explaining everything. Because then it was like, wait, what was the...
Yeah.
Why are we explaining this? The movie's over now. You're giving us maybe they felt like they didn't fully get across what they were trying to get across in the film, and they had to like tail it with something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there it is.
But I do want to say Steven, the producer boyfriend, his phone number is 555-4221. I want to keep a phone book of all the numbers that we come across.
Numbers,
as long as they're 555.
555s. That was the go-to. I mean, it kind of still is.
It still is. Here's our remake, reboot, reimagining, remaster, or sequel. I'm going to go first today because I'm in a mood.
Yeah, give it.
After reading all the reviews of the misogyny of the film, of just like, because to me, I didn't feel like the film was. It was obvious that the killer was, because he blames women for giving him AIDS. And for that reason, I say reimagine, because I want our killer to be so pro-women that he kills women for not being pro-women enough.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute. You cooked a meal for a man and did his laundry? You're not pro-woman. You're dead.
That's not feminism.
You watch Magic Mike XL in the theater? Dead. You wear a push-up bra? Dead.
Not feminism.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, the only other thing that I would want to see is Kate McKinnon playing the rapist and with a strap on raping men.
Okay. You go...
Raping frat men, raping construction workers that catcall and treat women shitty. Like, I want to see her. I had a frat boy in college do something bad to me, and now I've been raping frat boys everywhere.
Kind of a revenge-matic type of a thing, but not necessarily against the specific people that perpetrated it, just men in general.
Yeah. And I need it to be Kate McKinnon. And she's like, I'm a lesbian. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
You don't understand.
I hate your body.
How much I hate looking at your balls. I hate it.
Hate your body. It's gross.
Do you have any idea how hairy you are?
You are a rectangle with things coming out of it.
And who would your movie MVP be?
Oh, the detective.
Clarence William III.
White. Detective White. Is that his name?
That's Lieutenant White.
Lieutenant White.
Lieutenant White. I 100% agree with you. He just brought a swagger to the film that was so needed.
Yeah.
It really was a different energy.
Absolutely.
He was such a different energy that when he was on screen, you're like, okay. Even when he was a total ass to Detective Reynolds. It was like, I don't know why you're doing that. I don't understand why you're doing it. But you know what? That's fine.
After he's done, he says, love to your family. It's just, I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he was pretty enjoyable. My honorable mention is Sally Hankinson, who led the costuming department, because I want Lyman Ward's outfit.
Yes, you want that white
outfit. I want to cruise the mall, girl.
Yes, walk into a party and see that guy in the corner. You're like, I need to go talk to him.
This is the person I need to talk to.
He has things to say that I want to hear. All right, well.
I think that brings us to Nostalgia of the Week. And this week's special guest for Nostalgia of the Week is self-defense step aerobics expert Candace Brewer.
Hello, Candace Brewer here to drop bombs on you, and I'm not talking about that hit song by the Gap Band. Great jam, though. I'm talking about self-defense step aerobic exercise. It just might save your life and lift up that fanny. And if you're in England, it'll lift that too. Now, I'm going to teach you 3 simple steps that are going to be what keeps you from being a perfect victim and turns you into some rapist's worst nightmare. There's nothing in this world that I like talking about more than punching rapists in the dick. Okay? Here's our first move. It's an uppercut. It's disguised as a step. But somebody comes to the front to approach you. You got him right in the jaw right here. You've knocked his teeth up into his throat so hard. Okay? Number 2, we got a second move I'm going to give you here. You think this right here is just a fun aerobics move? Imagine a face coming up behind you trying to put his dirty dick in your butt. Not again. That ain't happening to me again. Because let me tell you something. 1982, I was the victim. That's why I'm doing this, okay? So that you don't have to go through what I went through. I got tough, so you don't have to. Well, you do have to get tough. But I went through the process, so you don't have to. Third and most important move. He's coming at you. He's got a boner the size of Texas. What are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. All right. These headphones is bothering me. I hope you can see my knee when I do this. That's right in his dick, right in his growing. Now, I'll tell you, if you disable a man's growing area, he can't focus on nothing else. He's thinking about, how am I going to spread this seed if it's done broke now? All right, now you can get this VHS for $7.99 for this limited time only through this special program. You know what? Take me into your home so a rapist ain't taking you into theirs. Back to you.
And we're going to do a special thanks to our fellow producer, editor, woman behind the scenes.
Powerhouse.
To G Money, Genevieve Marie. She's a photographer extraordinaire. Cheers to you.
Shaloo. Is that still throat coat?
Throat coat for the throat goat.
Oh, damn. Did you just come up with that?
I've been saying that for a long time about throat
Girl,
coat tea.
you a genius.
I'm disgusting.
I don't know why so many people hate you.
I know. It's so weird. I'm so charming. I'm not unnerving to be around at all.
That does it for us this week.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Have a good
Mother
one.
truckers.
Mother truckers.
Uh-oh. What do we got going here? Oh my goodness.
Genevieve, Marie,